好，我是阿万，今天是2025年10月21日，继续来看关于贸易战的另一张王牌，从义乌看中国硬核制造实力。China has another level to pull in shutdown with Trump factory lies. With trade hostilities between the world's two economy superpowers back on, China has sent the unmistakable message that it is ready to fight. A week ago, it invoked its grip over virtually the entire world's supply of critical materials, breaking a delicate trade detente between the two countries. Beijing fears it has another egg cut. Its booming factories, even in the face of sky-high tariffs by President Trump, China's manufacturing centers is helping to maintain growth and give the country's top leader Xi Jinping a stronger hand to face down the United States. The strength is on display in the city of Yiwu, home of the world's biggest wholesale market, where sellers peddling toys, home electronics, and drones are stuffed into complexes that span multiple city blocks. Last week, Yiwu unveiled another trade center, facility the signs of hundreds of football fields to house exporters and showcase China's hardcore manufacturing power to the world. Like many vendors in Yiwu, Gong Hao used to sell his plastic Hawaii lace, patchy streamers, and bunny ears to America. This year, he lost his US customers but gained new buyers in Europe and Southeast Asia. American customers have little impact on us, Mr. Gong said. China's factory powers, helped by the government, is part of the tectonic shift taking place in the economy and hitting shores near and far as China sends more of what it makes to more place. Its trade supplies with the world this year, over $875 billion, is marching towards a record. Those exports accounted for as much as one-third of China's economic growth over the past year, a development that experts say will be hard to sustain. The strategy is both necessary and perilous. The surging exports are flashing a warning sign about the broader Chinese economy, which is going through what economists call a deflationary shock. Data released on Monday showed that growth was stagnant over the summer as retail sales faltered, and China's strategy to trade more with the rest of the world comes with the risk that other economies throw up their own barriers. Trade is effectively what's keeping the lights on for China's economy, said Han Lin, the country director for the Asian Group, a consulting firm and a former senior Wells Fargo banker in China. Nearly a quarter of Yonazhou rubber kitchen stars and other squeeze toys to go to the United States. Her company, Kachi Toys, delivery 4 years orders from American importers in July and August. When Mr. Trump's record high tariff on China were on a 90-day pause, she said she had given her customer a 5% discount to shorten the blow of the higher cost caused by the tariff. Now, with tariff back on, Mr. Zhou is redirecting products once popular with Americans to Southeast Asia and South Africa. At the Global Digital Trade Center, where she and dozens of other toy companies recently moved in, officials said vendors use the internet that bypass China's Great Firewall so they can hawk their goods on platforms that are banned everywhere else in China, like TikTok and YouTube, Mr. Zhou said. The press observed Mr. Trump on and off tariff is a headache. Ms. Zhou said, "It's like your friend argue with you all the time. What can you do? China needs to keep exporting overseas because it can't find buyers at home." Yet Charlie sells Snagger'n tools, the Boo dolls, plus cartoon character toys and Hello Kitty, Disney Stone paraphernalia. Half of his business is devoted to selling in China, the rest to foreign markets like Russia. Business is getting worse, Ms. Ye said, because of the current economy downturn. Especially after the COVID-19 pandemic in China, the economy has been struggling. A grinding property crash in China that began 4 years ago has destroyed most household savings and continues to weigh heavily on sentiment. To soften the blow of the economy downturn, the government is subsidizing manufacturing. The signs of stress are everywhere. People are anxious about their incomes and cautious about spending money. Households instead have been saving nearly as much as they did during the pandemic, when people faced indefinite lockdowns with no end in sight. Prices across the economy are also plunging, and there is a little prospect that they will turn around. Young unemployment is high, urban wage has soared to a record low, and in some industries they are shrinking. The cost of land, critical for local government revenue, has tumbled. China's renminbi currency, tightly managed and pegged to the US dollar, has also weakened against many earliest trading partners this year. Though last week, China's central bank boosted the currency by setting its benchmark rate as its highest level in a year, the cost of capital is down as a central bank continues to cut rate. Yet while these are all bad signs for the economy at home, they are making China's exports overseas even more attractive. As things get worse at home, their exports get more competitive, says Christopher Bader, Deputy Director of China's Research at Gavco Dragonis. The bottom line is that between the deflationary shock and depreciation in currency, China exports are just mechanically becoming way more competitive compared to many other countries. China's exports in September grew at the 40th pace in 6 months to $628.6 billion, the largest monthly total this year, according to the data released last week by the General Administration of Customs. Shipments to the United States dropped 27%, but they are surging just about everywhere else. But China's dependence on the rest of the world for its residents in the trade war, hands on other countries staying over its exports. It is already being met with the resistance in some countries, including in Southeast Asia, where Chinese shipments has increased more than anywhere else in the world. Still, the demand for competitive Chinese goods is strong. The EU International Trade City, one of the cities sprouting complexes for foreign trade, was buzzing one day last week as dozens of buyers haggled over price with store owners. A Tory John booth near bystanders and a robot dog sat upright, waiting for its bomb. Two men sat in camping chairs shooting plastic AK-47 guns with rubber pellets. Among the chaos, Roger Nahidarbin, 26, an entrepreneur from Tanzania, was looking at mental bungles and earrings. She is visited the city from her hometown, Dar es Salaam, 7 times over the past 3 years, taking back goods to sell not just at home but in Kenya, Uganda, and Congo. I see my future growing so big and rich because of China. Ms. Nagalambi said, China has many opportunities. Thanks for listening. With your day grant.